Hi, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look into messages from past loved ones. Now, before I started your reading, I spent some time in meditation, as I usually do. It helps me to attain extra details that I wouldn't be able to do as quickly through an open meditation channel or during reading. So what I did was, in that meditation, I wrote down a lot of notes, actually. And it was funny because when I went into the meditation, it felt really heavy, it felt really slow. Everything around me felt very overwhelming. And then once I entered into the energy, it loosened up quite a lot. And I noticed this feeling of cleansing. And it made me feel like there were certain boundaries that you guys could have been letting down in the recent past, especially with intimacy. You've been letting go of past boundaries that were built, and boundaries that were once positive for you but only grew into fear the longer you held on to these boundaries, and you outgrew the cycle that those boundaries were necessary for. Anyway, so numbers that came through for you guys were number 15, number 16, and number 42. Altogether, this equates to number 9, and that was giving me a vibration that you guys could have been interacting with. I feel like with the number 9, you guys could have been going through a time period of closure. I would probably say that you guys have been gaining a lot of wisdom from past time experiences. If you see me gazing, I'm just looking into the mirror. I think I just saw scribbles written across the mirror. I think you guys have been working out of a situation where you felt as though you were lacking clarity as well. You could have been experiencing some creative blocks from what I'm feeling here as well. And there's a tight pain in the back of my heart chakra. So you guys have been doing emotional cleansing, I would say, from trauma, burdens, doubt. Is what I just felt heavily here. What have we got written? So the way it was that the divine were describing your guys' energy to me was described as you being someone who's incredibly empathic. I also got that you guys were highly emotionally intelligent, and you guys used your emotional intelligence to connect to others, to heal others, to understand them, the way that they operate, the way they think. You guys are very good at reaching into the core of individuals, and you don't necessarily intentionally try to do that either. I think from what I was feeling in the meditation, you guys have an uncanny ability to say the perfect thing at the perfect time without even really realizing it a lot of the time. This is your psychic abilities, it's psychic enhancements. You guys, I would say at the core, are very motivated or driven by a need to serve. And I believe that a lot of your service comes, a lot of your service does come from a heart-centered service, such as compassion, healing, love, kindness, support. I think you guys have an ability to also help other people to navigate life challenges from what I've got written here. And you guys protect other people against things like manipulation, traitors, the inner hidden evils of people. You're very good at seeing through, spotting out, and giving warning to people, because what I just heard was heed my warning. So I think you caution people into other people's intentions or hidden motives and agendas. And I think a lot of people around you actually really do appreciate this about you. You're seen as someone who's extremely compassionate, sympathetic, why is this not coming at my face? Is it sympathetic? Why is this happening right now? You know, sympathy. Sympathetic? Is that how we say that? Thank you. Yeah, I would also say that you guys are leaders when it comes to helping people to learn what it means to nurture themselves past life traumas. You guys alchemize energy really well, and you set a good example to people outside of you of what it means to kind of set necessary boundaries to protect and preserve themselves, their energy. You also, for some of you guys, rebuke negative energy. Also, I would say that some of you guys actively practice in using your psychic abilities or your mediumship to kind of like banish darker entities, spell work. Yeah. Or like, I don't know, perhaps you guys have a perception, right? Some of you guys, you know, take it as it resonates. Some of you guys have a perception that a lot of the world is under a spell right now, and you can see through the spell, and you can also see how that at the root of the spell, what's active, keeping that spell active, is the lack of self-awareness individuals in the world have right now. And I think you are very good at re-empowering people to become more nurturing, more accepting, more self-understanding. Also, I think you push people into positions where they have to take accountability or responsibility over their wrongdoings, especially when it comes to like you're like a symbol of karma from what I'm picking up here, and through what I just saw in the energy, a lot of you guys dominant auric color would be blue to green, yellow, and turquoise. You might have all of those colors, and some of you might only identify with some of those colors. I'm just going to plug my charger into the phone before it dies. I didn't realize that it was so low. So a couple of the jobs that I got that came forward in the meditation that you guys might have is some of you guys could work in government. You could be like a government official. You could be something like a judge, a lawyer, a police officer. You guys could be in the army or have spent time in the army. Some of you guys could be social workers, psychologists, animal advocates. I think a lot of you could also be single parents, or you guys nurture the inner child of grown adults, and you help people to kind of recenter themselves and become whole and sovereign again. I see most of you people who are very big on justice and very big on healing and very big on authenticity through experience. So if that sounds like that resonates with you guys, the number 9, if I didn't touch on it already, you guys are going to go through like a time of higher learning, gathering wisdom through your past experiences where you felt as though you were lacking clarity, direction, or insight in some way. Just a moment, I'm just going to go and grab my candle. I went and left it in the other room. I apologize. I'll be right back. Hi, pile number 1. Sorry that took me a little bit of time, but you guys would have experienced that as a jump cut. Anyway, just lighting the candle here. I just clairaudiently heard that if you guys have been feeling like you have been going through a long cycle, and I'm not gonna lie, pile number 1, some of you guys could have already identified with what choices led you into the life positions that you were in, and I think a lot of you guys have put in really great efforts to grow past what you've identified with. You're coming to the end of the cycle now. And a lot of the higher learning is going to bring a lot of closure to past burdens that you had held on to that came from your past. You guys are completing a soul retrieval. You have brought yourself sovereign once again, or you are on that pathway now, and that's something that came through a masculine energy. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Let's awaken the cards here and jump into C. Who that has passed into the spirit realm surrounds my pile number ones? Who wishes to come forward and make themselves known for those who are viewing pile number ones? For some of you, this is a masculine entity. There is someone who is respected for their voice and their ability to speak through love. Especially, for example, they taught discipline through love. This person could have been very harshly direct or front forward. It could have been taken a lot of the time as harsh, but it wasn't harsh. This person didn't like wasting time or the gift of language. Instead, a lot of what surrounds you, pile number one, is actually angels at the minute. Like, you have very high vibrational beings, deities, guardians around you. The person, if you came here with someone specific on your mind, this is saying that this person, when they passed, transcended to become a part of your spirit team. Especially if it was a man that you came in with on your mind. This could have been someone like a husband, a father, a grandfather. For one or two of you, this is someone who's like a nephew, but this is family, or someone who was adopted into your family, taken in. So this could have been someone who was a close friend that was also considered as family. This person watches over you. They help to empower you through healing, healing yourself, counseling yourself, gaining an awareness of what operates through you. This person also pushes you to express yourself in times where you oppress your voice, your wisdom, your truth, your perspectives. This person also helps you to interpret or internalize, to understand divine wisdom, guidance, and direction or advice. I would say that this person is very, very masculine. I'm not really getting much of a female. This is someone that you've hurt over for quite some time as well, from what I just heard. And what Spirit wants you to know is that they acknowledge the pain that you've felt for them, and they acknowledge the love that underlays that pain, because the appreciation card was on the bottom, and on the top of the deck was the healer of ages. So yeah, this is saying the person that has passed over is in a much better place now. They're happy where they are. They're at a place of harmony, an equilibrium. There's nothing you need to worry about. Any of the suffering that you might have feared that this person had or passed on with has been released, cleansed, and purified. This person stays in your space and assists to help to heal you. What I feel here and also heard was that I'm most present around you when you are hurting, when you need comfort, when you need nurture and reassuring. That's when this person is around you. I feel as though you would feel this person through your heart chakra. You would feel like an activation, or your heart pulse, heart sound, or heart, awareness of your heart would pick up and enhance. And you'd feel like this cool flame on your heart center. That's this person that's around you. Also, when you're not thinking of anything in particular or anyone in particular, and someone just pops up into your mind that was a part of your past, that's because they're around you in spirit. The way this person likes to connect with you is they like to manifest situations that force you to step into your potential. So the ways that you could best connect with this soul is through asking them to present to you opportunities that would help you to grow into your full potential, because that's what this person wants for you. They want you to see the greatness that you are, in very real, practical ways. So I think this person works behind the scenes to help orchestrate or organize events and situations or life circumstances that help you to discover strengths or skill sets within yourself that you might have neglected in the past, not realized, overlooked, or misunderstood. And this person helps you to alchemize your self-understanding. They want you to have as much appreciation for yourself as what they had for you and the love that you held and hold for them. This person also, when you're down, likes to manifest little things that they know are going to pick you up or grab your attention. They try to make themselves known to you quite a lot by leaving little tokens around. I would say things like little flowers, coins, feathers, brooches for some reason, brooches, or like if this person, for example, random example, you know, make it for how it resonates. But say, for example, this person was a collector of something that they really liked, and you know for a fact you don't see any of those things around. And the only time you really saw them or anyone take care of things that they collected was through the person that had passed away. And I can't be too specific, I'm sorry, because there's so many people here. There's too many energy sources to make it too specific. So I'm trying to generalize it while also making it understandable. This person, for example, collected, I don't know, baseball cards, and you didn't see baseball cards for years, and then all of a sudden they started popping up. It's a sign that that being is around you, that spirit or that soul is around you trying to catch your attention. That is when they're inviting you into self-reflection because they have messages for you that they're trying to ask you to intuit. This person would probably also spark your interest around your attractions. This person wants you to have all it is that your heart desires. They really do. They help you to strategize towards decisive action that will promise results, whether it's big results or little results or many little results that add up to big changes, you know. I think this person activates or enhances your empathy and your clairaudience. This person might also like to connect to you through music. They could have had a favorite song, or there is a song that plays that makes you think of this person in particular. When that song randomly comes on or it pops into your head, that's also a sign that this person is around. Okay, in life, this person could have lived quite a few different extremes. Yeah, this person could have been seen as prideful in their lifetime, but they went through a lot of self-development. They brought a lot of endings to a lot of karmic patterns in their life that were really unhealthy and only perpetuated negative sides of them. So they put in a lot of time, work, effort. They put in a lot of courage and strength as well to develop self-discipline. This is important for you to know because they want you to also moderate what you use and no. They want you to moderate how it is that you misuse your truth against yourself. So for example, I don't know, you might have a particular diet that you know is best suitable for you and your body type. And you eat everything that goes against what you know is good for you and your bodily system. This person comes in and is like, hey, don't do that because you know it's not going to be good for you. Like, for example, if you ate 10,000 pieces of candy, this being's going to come in and be like, you're going to get a sore stomach. That was really silly. High cholesterol, blah, blah, blahs. Like, they sit in the background in spirit and they're like, why are you doing that when you know it's not good for you? Like, and I think this person also likes to come into your dreams. They like to put into perspective the messages that you might not be necessarily receiving completely. They come in to make you address oppressed emotions as well. So you might go through times when you're alone and all of a sudden you go through big cleansings of emotion. You just get really emotional for no reason, or you start thinking and reflecting on things of the past that you know used to weigh extremely heavy on you, and then you put yourself back into those same reaction states, chemical releases, mindsets, beliefs, ways of operating, thinking and feeling, acting, attitudes, all of that. That's when this person comes through as well and is like, hey, come back to the now. Let's acknowledge these things. Let's learn about these things. Let's not judge these things, and let's see what we can do to rectify whatever's not in balance, whatever's not equal, whatever is not whole and accepted within yourself. And this person will hold you in that space, but they will encourage a detachment from personalizing life lessons. Does that make sense? It's like it's not a disassociation. It's an emotional. It's a head over heart reflection, and this person kind of stands as like, whoa. Do you know what's funny? I was gonna say like a power pack, and I heard like an old school TV turn on. You know when the static spikes. That's what I just heard. So yeah, this person likes to like show you things when you're thinking in picture. This is a part of your clairvoyance, your intuition, where you're able to envision what you are processing through your system. And I feel like a lot of you might experience this in your dreams. So if you dream of someone who has passed over, it's a sign that they are with you, and they're trying to validate you a lot of the time. Yeah, they show you a lot of synchronicities, which is what I was picking up before that I was trying to stress. There are many repeating signs that make you think of this person, and it's just a sign that they're there. That the most important message that this person has for you is that they're there with you. You are not alone. You're actually surrounded by very many powerful beings who are protecting you, who are working to harmonize timelines for you so that what is best suitable for your soul, your psyche, can come into being or into materialization. And I think another very important message that is here is that you often spend time asking yourself what it is that you can do to support yourself out of situations that might not be sitting right with you when you find yourself facing challenges. This person sees you as a very strong person who's done a lot of work to overcome your own inner conflicts with pride. Pride that you might have had within yourself that was unhealthy, as well as the nature of pride in other people. This person has helped you to grow past triggers where your pride likes to express itself. They respect you a lot, is what I just heard as well. And they love you a lot. They want you to know that you're about to go on a completely new journey. With 41 being here, reducing down to 5. There are going to be sudden and unexpected changes that are going to push you in new directions. These changes are going to help you to explore other skill sets that you might not have realized or recognized prior to now. You're going to start to lean more in on these skill sets, and they're going to grow. So let's see. What is the message of utmost importance for the viewers of pile number 1? From the spirits that have passed over surrounding them at this time? Thank you. Message of utmost importance. Thank you. Be yourself in every which way, shape, form, environment in any way you know how. We're always learning to be, oh, sorry, I kicked the thing. We're always kind of learning how to be more of ourselves in better ways each and every single day. And I think what this is saying is the more you focus on learning how to be your best self, the more you will support balance into your life and into yourself. I think something that is also of utmost importance is that yes, you are very creative, yes, you are very passionate, and yes, you have been identifying with cycles where you've been growing. I think you've been waiting for a sign to take action in like a direction to take action towards, because you guys have been regaining an energy a lot recently, and you might have been starting to become a lot more restless. I think your optimism has come back and has been healing your creative energy or creative and it's like a creative spark within you. You're re-empowering your uniqueness and your individuality into your art. Into your creative force, if that makes sense. This has been a time of great personal growth for you guys, and because you guys have moved through these life lessons and life cycles so well, Spirit have been overwatching you doing this. It's like you guys might have felt as though you were going through like a spiritual test or initiation. This is saying yes, you were, but you have done so well, and Spirit see you have grown so much and become so beautiful, even when you were given reasons to not develop the beauty within yourself, if that makes sense. Stay open to doing old things in new ways and learning different varying perspectives, points of views, or experiences. I think with the zebra and the butterfly being here, it's saying that you guys are going to have an extraordinary idea which is going to push you into a much more suitable direction or pathway for you, where you're going to feel much more comfortable, and the spirits that are surrounding you that have passed over is helping to work in the background to help organize that also for you. They want what's best for you, you know what I'm saying, but they also need you to want what's best for you too. That doesn't make you selfish. When you are your best version of self, you are gifting your best version of self to everyone else around you. And that's something they don't want you to ever forget. This person saw or has seen from the spirit realm the best versions of you and higher potentials that you have yet to step into. The more potential you step into, the more evolved your potential becomes. So it's a never-ending opportunity, especially for you guys here, because you're so original, you're so individualistic. You guys are such you shift a lot of paradigms for people. You see what I'm saying with the butterfly being here? You're very highly sensitive, and I would say that you're very good at picking up on underlying trends within the collective consciousness. You guys could have premonitions about what's coming up in trends, or things like consequences that the large majorities of people would be witness to or would see and experience. I think you might also be coming into a new time period where you're being called to compromise with others, because collaborations will help you to discover better solutions, better ideas, new ways of approaching things or expanding things as well. Okay. Why is this important for those who are visiting pile number 1? Because you guys are on the path towards your cornucopia, your personal sense of fulfillment for where it is that you're at. If you guys have been focused on a particular project, I see that coming into full blossom is what I just saw. I saw a flower unfold. So I guess your project is still blossoming, but you're going to see results come from it very soon. Like, you're going to get an abundance of results from the things that you've been most focused on, most concentrated on, and have been investing most of your energy into. I also see here that you guys could have an opportunity to spend more time away from the seriousness of life. You're being called to explore what brings you joy over these next 11 weeks in particular. So that's kind of exciting. You're going to have a really good time. You're also going to prove a lot to yourself. Like, this is, you might have felt like the universe was testing you, which yes, it was, once again. But moving into the future, you're proving to yourself the gift that what this test, you're going to prove to yourself and show yourself the gift that you have realized yourself to have as a result of going through this test, this initiation, this spiritual awakening, or this rebirth and regeneration. And that's what the Spirit wants you to know. Anything else? Page of Swords. Expect fast communication to come in over, this could be 3 weeks. Yeah. Be sure to speak intentionally and very mindfully over these next 3 to 4 weeks. Pile number 1, this is going to work in your favor. Your attention to the details of how you express yourself, describe things, and word things in exchange with people is going to get you a lot further over these next 3 weeks for some reason. There's going to be an exiting out of a time period of what would have or could have felt like melancholy or delay, and you're going to be moving back into a space of a steady movement forward. It might not be quick progress, but it's definite solid progress that is promised and secure at the end of the day. Because you know how a lot of the times we sometimes feel like we're taking 10 steps forward when really we've taken 2 steps back. You're not going to be experiencing that sort of pattern anymore. You're not going to get ahead in one area of life and then take 10 steps back in another area of life, if that makes sense. Everything around you, like your life has finally caught up to where it is that you've evolved your consciousness to be now. And that's what you've really been waiting on. Your manifestations have been coming. It's more like life has been having to realign to you so it can materialize what it is that you have put so much energy and life into. Those are the messages that I have for you today from the past over loved person that was on your mind. If you had no one on your mind in particular, this is saying your divine spirit team, your angels, your guardians, or angels, deities, or masters that you have been calling into your space, that have been visiting you, popping in and out, and been watching over you, pile number 1. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And with all that being said, until next time, bye guys. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you hear weird noises, it's the hot water bottle, just so you guys know. Thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me today. We're doing a mystery reading, and the one that came through for you guys were lies that could be being told about you behind the scenes, and the karma that that person is going to get for telling those lies. If it's not person, people. This isn't going to be reading that's for everybody, so I'm going to touch on things that I got through meditation before I started this reading. I did write them down. Let me show you. Let me take this out of my diary so that you guys can't see it. Right. These are the notes that I got for you guys. So starting off with how it is that the divine describes you. So the number that I got of importance or significance was the number 6. And what this was telling me was that you guys are standing out for your beauty, your nurturing nature, and your care. I think a lot of people are also noticing the services that you gift to communities, a big group of people, a family, or a company, if you are like someone like a manager or an authoritative figure in business. The job descriptions that I got that you guys could associate with, some of you guys are travelers. You travel and journey the world, you learn about culture, and you spread truth about what you've learned when you've traveled. Some of you guys are spiritualists. I would say some of you guys are dancers as well, because funny, and or singers, musicians. Some of you guys could make like, what's this? scratch pad. What's it called? DJ. You could be a DJ. You could produce. You could be entertainers, dancers. And I just heard the song Water. You guys could be very sensual in your ways of living, being, expressing yourself. You stand out for your beauty, whether you believe that or not. Pile number 2, a lot of people are very attracted to you. And I think you are quite magnetizing to people around you, whether you know this or not. You might go out in public a lot and find heaps of people staring at you and not really know why. Because you might not consider yourself to be like beautiful or whatever, but you really are, at least to most people around you, you are. You could even come across a little irresistible to some people, so you might get you might attract crazies, like, and I don't mean that in a judgmental way. I mean people who are undisciplined over their lust. Some of you guys could have experienced Jezebel spirits. Or you could find yourself with a pattern of attracting people who have like very strange sexual impulses. Like, I hope you guys didn't get hurt at any point of your past, especially actually, you know what I'm saying. There's certain things I can't say because I get reprimanded for it, right? But yeah, the other thing that I got for you guys were you guys could be life coaches, you could work with shoes or clothing design, you could be a makeup artist, you could also be known as like a beauty therapist, or someone who could also work with like in the morgue, like very random extremes, but you could work with the dead in some way. You guys could be like nurses, you could work in ED, you could be emergency first responders. Is that what it is? First response. You guys could work in first response. Some of you are firefighters from what I just saw, or you have an attraction for like the line of duty. Okay, so some of the things that came through from the divine to describe you as a person or your energy was that you guys are known to be energy alchemists. You're very good at being able to see polarity and duality. You're able to see cause and effect very well. And I think you're very good at breaking understandings down for people, for them to conceptualize, take in, integrate and understand, process properly. I think this is your healing ability to regenerate people from what I was getting in meditation. You guys have done a lot of work on mastering or disciplining your instincts as well, and civilizing primal instincts, or in other words, impulses that we don't always have control over. You guys have gained a very strong discipline over, and because of that, you guys stand out. You're seen as someone very powerful. You shift a lot of paradigms, belief systems, and that's because I think you would be perceived to be as like someone who is like a symbol of change. You walk into people's lives during random cycles of their life and you change everything up for them. It's something about your energy that zeroes out people's karma, and you point them back into like their north node or the path that is meant for them. You guide the lost back to themselves, which is something similar to pile number 1, but in a completely different way. So if you felt drawn to pile number 1 and this pile, there might be messages over there for you as well. If not, don't go looking if you didn't feel guided towards that. You're someone who understands that love has the power to transcend all challenges, all darknesses, all evils in life. You understand that unconditional love has the power to heal all and revitalize all. And because of that, your connection to source is very strong, very heightened, and very powerful, even if you're not consciously aware of this. Source moves through you. Yeah. Source moves through you. Your individuality, especially when you're being none other but yourself and you're just expressing yourself freely from your space of innocence and purity within. Oh my goodness. The things that you say, people stop and they listen. There's something about your voice when you're channeling secret insight, advice, or wisdom. You sound like you have like 2 or 3 voices speaking through you, pile number 2. And I think people could have told you this, like your voice changes when you're channeling. And it kind of freaks people out sometimes, but they're like, whoa. That's when they know that they should listen and examine or evaluate their perceptions and their attractions, and take on your assertive messages without judgment. Like, they know that you don't speak to judge, you speak for good reason, and that's why people shush and they listen when they see you getting into that zone of speaking some real ish. People come to you for a safe space to self-confront, and that's something that's the divine wanted you to know. It's not a responsibility of yours, but you'll find it's something that naturally happens a lot through a lot of different people in your life. I would say that you guys are also probably romantics. And I think you are the people to look to the better things in life. Like, for example, what's that saying? The cup isn't half empty, it's half full. You're that sort of person. You look at the positives within the negatives, and then you use these positives to transform the negatives into something better. You do this internally for yourself, but you also do this externally for other people, so yeah, you're special, pile number 2. And let me tell you why. I didn't write this down, but I just got it now, intuitively. You're special because your ability to love transcends even the darkest of times and darkest of people. Like, there is a meme that I saw years ago of like this girl dancing with the devil, and it said, even her love was too pure that the devil fell deeply in love and was healed by her, or something like along those lines. That's how I envision you guys. There is no need to fear when your love is real, because you understand that love is a force, and because you believe in that force so strongly, and you embody it and you practice it and you live in it. Funny enough, live in love. That's what you guys are. And love doesn't always look nice. Love doesn't always, cuddle you. Sometimes love is very confronting. Love is very true. And sometimes truths that we don't want to accept can be internalized as something harsh. And I think you've faced a lot of different sorts of conflicts and understanding that it's a reflection of emotional intelligence and self-understanding. When people reject how you give love, when people reject how it is that you give love, they internalize it as you're pointing out things that are wrong with them, and they take it as you're criticizing them without saying, no, you're pointing these things out because you can see it as the issue and you want to help them to confront the root of the issue, so it removes all the rest of the distractions that they get caught up in and caught up by. You see past the distractions and you see to the root of a lot of different life manifestations. You help people to take back responsibility over their free will, pile number 2, and that's another thing that makes you special. But let's go ahead and take a look into some of the lies that could be circulating behind the scenes that you guys might need to know about. Let's see here, guides, guardians, and universe, energies in service of the highest and greatest good of all those that are here viewing pile number 2. What lies are being told about my viewer? Funny. Okay, so some of the lies that are being told about you is that you guys are too scared to take appropriate action towards your priorities or what you know needs to be seen to. Some people think that you guys hold yourself back from doing what you know is best for yourself. Some people are saying that you guys sabotage and are too impatient to get what it is that you want, so you don't go after what you want to begin with, and it saves you the feelings of failure later. It's not true, just so you know. Yeah, some people are saying that you guys are in balance, out of balance, in other words. Some people are saying that, and they're saying that you guys could be appreciating the wrong sorts of people, the wrong sorts of things. There are some people who are lying about the way it is that you facilitate business. Yeah, with the blossoming abundance being here, number 3. Some people think that some people, right, if you've got your own business or project, or you are, you freelance an art of yours, people are saying that you could be overvaluing what it is that you have to offer, when that's not the truth at all either. So please don't listen to that. These people get real paranoid when they're around you, by the way. The people who lie about you, they get real paranoid, and what they try to do is keep other people away from you by spreading these lies, and they hope that it kind of like caps your growth or your progress. Spirit are also going to be exposing a group of people that you could have had connection with in the past that you've left behind. Oh, damn. I thought I just heard someone outside my window. Anyway, yeah, people are saying that you guys struggle to be self-reliant and plan on positive actions that will get you places later, if that makes sense. People are saying that you waste your time. And really what it is that they don't know what you're doing, who you are connecting with, or the scale of the amount of people that you connect with. They don't see how many things you are working on behind the scenes, and I think that's a positive thing, because if they did know what you were doing, they would send evil eye your way without even trying to, really. It's just because of how negative they are and how much they compare themselves to you. Who is this person that is spreading these particular lies, please? How will pile number 2 know who the person is that is spreading these particular lies? The dead totem. I would say this is someone who is quite sensitive, quite introverted. This is someone who is very quiet when they're around you. They like to make themselves seem smaller around you. They get very self-reflective and very cautious of you, what they say, how they say it. They're very calculated around you. I think you're going to get a message from this person in the near future, and I think they're going to confess to you some pretty emotional things. That's going to be a sign that it's this person who is spreading these particular lies about you. This is someone who actually has a lot of respect for you, with the whale coming out here. They respect the way it is that you speak and the way it is that you connect to your subconscious mind or your all-knowing mind. You're very good at having answers or knowing what questions to ask to get the answers you need. I think you are someone who also has transcended limitations that this person faces quite a lot. And that's also another reason why they spread lies about you, because they're jealous of your success or what they see as prosperity. They don't know why you've been given the opportunity to have what you have, rekindle, regain what has been lost. And I don't know what that means exactly, so I guess that could speak to you all differently. It could be interpreted differently, so take it as it resonates. But this person sees you as someone who has the ability to solve issues and move through issues. Yeah, they see that you're someone who has gone through quite a lot of cycles of sadness and what could have felt like loss. They're also jealous at the fact that you're not as alone as what they thought you were. With the Strength card being in reverse, and also the Three of Winter coming out here, the two little birds. This person doesn't want to acknowledge how graceful you still are after everything it is that you've gone through. They don't want to acknowledge the heart you actually have, the fire you have within you, the strength, the power, the resilience and endurance I just heard. Your ability to survive is a lot more developed than this person. Even your emotional intelligence, the way you navigate through life challenges, is pretty like whoa to this person, and it kind of pisses them off because there's no way they feel as though that they could go through what you have and navigate it so well and come out on top even still. And when a lot of people turned against you, you still had very, very, very loyal connections around you, whether that was 1 or 10. This person doesn't have any solid connections. And that's another reason why they compare themselves to you, why they go around spreading lies about you. What lies are being told behind the back of my pile number 2s, please? Oh, I'm kind of sad for them in that sense. You feel like you gotta rip people down so that you feel better about yourself? That's sad. I've never understood that. And I don't think I ever will. But hey, never say never, I guess. Oh, the yin and yang just came out in reverse. This person is going around saying that you're not as innocent or as respectable or as balanced or as harmonious as what you would like people to believe. I think this person spreads lies. I think there are people around you that spread lies about you. Especially people who have failed to take accountability. A lot of the people that you've encountered that have failed to take accountability has placed blame on you for them not getting what they wanted, them not feeling how they wish that they could. I feel at times you could have felt as though you were a scapegoat for a lot of different people in your life. Jesus, it's been 20 minutes. Guys. Oh, this person just talks a whole bunch of kaki because the 5th chakra just came out, which is the 3rd chakra. Huh. Okay. Well, so this person could also lie about why you do what you do and why you have the type of personality that you have. This person could even lie saying that you've stolen your persona from other examples, you've stolen wisdom, you've stolen truths and insights from other people, and you don't actually speak through your authentic voice. Perhaps this person goes around telling people that you manipulate situations, falsified information. Yeah. This person could also go around telling people that you just tell other people what they want to hear and then you jack them up. like you set them up to fail. That's what this person is saying, even though that's not the truth. Okay, let's go ahead and see. What's the karma for the people that are lying on my pile number 2s? Financial constraints. Oh, sorry. Financial constraints. These people are going to have to monitor how it is that they indulge in their material resources. For example, money, time is what I just heard. These people are going to have to sacrifice a lot of their desires for quite some time because they're robbing themselves of positive return by setting up negative cycles that aren't real and wishing them upon you. Your vibration is too high. You have really protective spirit guides around you. So without you doing like return to senders, it kind of just bounces back to the person who is projecting out this negativity on you. These people are failing to recognize and see how they need to take ownership over how they perceive you and or have chosen to. These people are going to get back what they sow. These people spend so much time talking about you and worrying about everyone else and what they're up to that they don't realize how they are losing themselves. Like, for example, quite literally losing themselves. They get so stuck in things that don't matter to them in their life path that they lose direction and focus and concentration. And then when they finally do click back into their own life story, they look at what they've got and they're like, oh shit, I've got next to nothing. I probably have like $5 left in my account and I've got like a $200, I don't know, power bill to pay. How am I supposed to fix that? You know, these are the sorts of situations that this person is going to run into. They're going to have desires that pop up and they're not going to be able to get them, at least not for a long time, because they're going to have to do a lot of work on saving, prioritizing, and reprioritizing value is what I just heard. This person is going to have unexpected bills to pay as well. If they owe you money and you guys are in like a court situation, I see justice going in your favor. If this person owes you money, you're going to get the money that you deserve. This person is going to be stuck in the situations that they're building for themselves. All this bitterness and resentment that they're spreading is what they are painting the lens as. So when people look at them, that's exactly what they're saying, is the underlying intention of what they're projecting into the lies that they're telling. And that's going to vary to different degrees. So just to kind of make it make sense is the probable best way I can put that. These people are going to feel stuck and delayed. And these people aren't going to really know what to prioritize to then walk a path that is more authentic to them. Then they're going to end up sabotaging joy, success, and the ability to navigate change and challenge with the same grace. Like, this person keeps comparing themselves to you and then like trying to act like you, then telling other people that you are them, when really it's the other way around. When this person's talking about you, you feel like someone's got your throat. You guys, some of you could be so energetically sensitive that you feel like someone's like gripping your throat or capping your mouth. It's because they don't want you to speak the truth, or they're trying to take your persona from you and silence you. Your spirit team don't like that. This person's going to get bad jujus, especially if they're spiritualists themselves and they're using like the manipulation of darkness around you. That's bad juju for them. Anyway, what is that bad juju that they're going to be getting for lying? They're going to spend most of their time admiring you. There's another card here. Oh, Goddess of the Moon in reverse. This person is going to lose touch with their intuition and their spiritual abilities. They're going to spend most of their time comparing themselves to you and trying to sabotage your growth when really it's just harming them and their growth. This could be someone who is trying to achieve similar things to what you were doing, especially in career. This person is greedy is what I just heard. Fear. It's because this person has a lot of fear. That's what motivates them. They are in a state of survival, fight or flight, tension, scarcity. There's a lot of fears that are going to keep manifesting around them. They're going to have to confront everything that they've put as a truth. Like, for example, they put out truths into their world, and it's going to manifest in their cycles, especially if it was a lie that they're told. They're going to find it comes true. Say, for example, they call into work and they're like, oh, can't come into work today. Too sick. You know, and then they get off the phone, and then the next day they're actually sick, like actual sick. You know what I'm saying? Or like the next week following, they're actually sick, and they can't call in work again because they need to make up for the missing time or the money that was lost. So they keep setting themselves up while trying to catch you out, and that's the biggest part of their karma. They will be exposed for their lack of love and also their spitefulness, pile number 2. The lies that they're telling is out of spite, and they're going to be kind of exalted for their spite, which is a part of their karma. Yep. Backfiring of magic. Whatever they wanted for you and was telling about you, they're going to get found out that they are, you know, they are the lies that they're telling. And it's going to turn a lot of people against them. Some of these people might even be rejected or turned away from a community, group of people, friends, and their credibility is just gone, as dull as zilch, because they told so many lies that no one knows what to listen to or to believe anymore. So when this person is saying, you know, I'm in a state of crisis, I don't have what I need to be okay, no one's really going to listen, because they've done so many sulk stories, they've told so many lies that everyone's just like, yeah, it's probably nothing anyway. You know, no one really cares or believes them anymore. They see this person as people who have made themselves stuck in a position in life that they really don't want to be in. They think they're happy, they think they're comfortable, when really they're just settling and then feeling entitled and demanding things from the world that they don't deserve. And so they're not going to get it, and that's part of their karma. They can't. This is someone who tried to take your destiny, part number 2, and they can't do that. No matter how hard they try, no matter what they do, no matter what levels they stoop to try and sabotage you, it's not going to work. It's going to backfire, and they're going to get it back tenfold. From what I saw here, because they're dabbling in dark things that they have no business in dabbling. And because of how protective your spirit team are with you, if this person has tried to outdo you, claim your persona, claim your destiny, or claim to be who you are, they're going to be kind of illuminated for what they are not. And that's what I see your spirit team kind of setting out to support in the universal alignments. Even their team are like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because you're only making things worse for yourself, and I wouldn't do it, but you're going to anyway. So like, that's the energy. It's like facepalm, self. You don't even know who you're talking about. And that is quite literally what I see here. Yeah, focus on your spiritual career moving forwards. Focus on your own self-growth and your own development. And the longer you put in energy into developing yourself, the more that this person is going to get sour and bitter, but they're going to fall on their face, unfortunately for them. Those are the messages I have for you today, pile number 2. Thank you so much for spending this time here once again. And with all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your guys' reading. Thank you so much for spending time here with me today. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, pile number 3. When I went into meditation to ask what reading was going to be useful for you guys, I got a mishmash of things. Like, I got soul lesson, I got soul purpose, I got life direction, I got career advice. I was like, so what? And what I was told that would be helpful is to kind of mishmash it all anyway. What I'm going to do is a general reading. where I allow the energy to guide the reading itself. I don't have a design spread. I don't have a general direction. I don't have an aim or a goal other than to kind of translate whatever has been coming through. So this could work in a couple of different ways. This could validate something that you've been going through, clarify where you're at, or give you insight into what you have been guided to work on. But when I was in meditation, I got quite a few things coming forward, so I wrote them down. And some of the things that you guys might resonate with to identify if this reading is for you or not, a couple of keywords that I got in association to your guys' career was public services. You could be a delivery person, you could be a businessman, you could work in trades, real estate, you could work with food, you could work in sales, or you could work for commissions. You could also have like a donation based career, tip based. You could be a waitress, waiter. You could also be a bartender. Was there anything else? If you see me gazing off into the nowheres, I'm looking into my mirror where it helps me to bring through messages in a much quicker way than what it would me going in and out of meditation sometimes. Okay, so some of the things I wrote down that I got as a direct message was the number 8. And it was interesting to me because what I saw was a black hole, if I'm honest, like a cosmic black hole. And I kind of was shown Willy Wonka, which I know is a weird association, but we're going somewhere with this, okay? So, you know when they, in the original Willy Wonka, how there was that boy who played video games and he got like teleported through particles somehow, if you understand my reference. And then, yeah, something happened where they had to use technology to make everything better. That could have been a metaphor for you guys working in things like telecommunications. You could be game designers, web designers, you could have your own website sort of thing. But what I also got from that was that you guys are shifting time and space, transcending a particular reality and almost waking up in a completely new, other, different one. Your dimensions of consciousness are not separating, they're shifting. So to break that down, what I mean here is that you guys have been going through spiritual advancements, and some of you have been doing this without knowing it. You guys are kind of swapping realities. You're going from a particular experience of life and going to be experiencing the complete opposite from here on out. Now, if you've been experiencing all good things and me saying you're going to experience the opposite could happen, that isn't applicable to you. I'm meaning for the lower people who have been experiencing lower things recently. It's all been happening to liberate you and cleanse you of having these energies in your auric space or field. These things are having to happen and unfold so they can be released, because when we don't know how to process an energy, when we first become aware of it, we start to internalize it in ways that we don't identify with, and then it affects us on so many different levels that it becomes overwhelming. That's the feeling that I've got. And then we ignore it even more because it creates discomfort within us, and we don't particularly understand what we're internalizing or reflecting upon or what is even going on. You guys have gone through a period of gaining an awareness of what you are going through. You know, you've been gathering all the insight, all the wisdom, all the underlying information that was hidden. And it's been made very undeniably clear to you. And in some cases, for some of you, you would have experienced these undeniable manifestations as harsh things. For others of you, you guys would have been internalizing it in a different way and in a fortunate way, probably experiencing the higher vibration of that. You guys are going to keep evolving the way it is that you invest your energy, your focus, and your soul work. You know, I'm talking to the people who have been wondering why they keep going through repetitive processes and wondering why the outcome is always the same. It's because the way you're approaching something hasn't evolved and hasn't changed. You've been holding on to things that you know aren't good for you and aren't helping you to get to where you need to go. And the things that have been manifesting have been showing you, for your own sense of clarity, what the universe is trying to target here is of a highlight or of an importance in life, because these parts of life or these people in your life are being highlighted to show you who's holding you back from getting past the initiation process of passing through the black hole to come out on the other side completely whole, completely reborn, completely perfectly fine as you were, but feeling much better because you've let go of hanger-oners, leeches, vampires, spellcasters, evil eyes, low-key haters, and I'm not gonna lie, pile number 3, I think you've had a lot. Some of you could even have social platforms. You guys could also have very strong political opinions that you speak about openly and widely. And this could invite things like conflict. You know, if you're getting sick of conflict, I would say remove yourself from participating in it altogether. It's good to have your opinions and it's good to be aware of them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to share them with everyone or at any opportunity to share your truth. Start to analyze and internalize to understand the environments that you're in and protect your truth. Assert it when necessary, of course, but protect it. It preserves your energy and also helps you to respect the connection you share with your truth, because you're not giving it out to just any willy-nilly anybody. You know what I'm saying, and that can evolve in time the more disciplined you become in your relationship with yourself. Have you been hearing things like footsteps? I got this in one of the last piles, but it wasn't for them. It's for you. Your mediumship is, for some of you, your mediumship is heightening. Just so you know, it's extra sensitive right now. It has been since the solar eclipse. We had a solar eclipse. I don't know when. Recently. It started something for you, and it was like an initiation. You know, this is a very an example. Some of you wanted to be spiritual. You wanted to be psychic. You wanted to be whatever. One day, and then the next day I was like, okay, here you go, deep end. And then all of a sudden, all these experiences started happening all at once. Reset your intentions with your guides, or if you practice in moon cycles, that could be a good time for you guys. Move with your natural process. Trust yourself. But, you know, maybe resetting the intentions of saying, you know, universe, can we just recalibrate a little bit and slow things down in a way that is going to be more manageable for me. Please bring in opportunities that are complementary to my authenticity and to my potential at a pace that I can process and ground in. You can change what these affirmations need to be, but I think speaking more power into your space when you're with yourself will help you to just realign everything quite effortlessly. You're powerful in your projection of vibration because you'll focus on your intention and your emotions that give life to these intentions that you then release. Cycles back quite quickly. You're very powerful within your manifestation when you're using your words intentionally, balanced with reason and emotion, which then becomes intention together. I mean, that's not facts. That's just Atea opinion through my own soul work, you know. And I think you are very deeply connected to a spiritual understanding within yourself that I think you guys should be exploring more. Especially if you're the type of people who look into the education of people outside of you. It's a very good thing that you are so open-minded, but now is a time to learn from your own sacred guidance, your innate truth. Learn from that. That is your teacher. From what I just heard here, you've got a lot of mail coming in for you guys over the next 5 weeks. If communication with someone in particular had been slow, or you guys just weren't happy with it, I'm seeing like a letter come in that will be creating or bridging a gap between you guys. It's like an invitation to become more open with one another, because I saw the letter open and unfold as I was saying that. So I guess there is someone, or there could be multiple people actually in your space who are wanting to get to know you more, wanting to get closer to you, wanting to know more about your history and your background. And I think it's important that you become comfortable with expressing yourself, because this is a part of your self-acceptance, which is, you know, it's a part of your healing process, in other words, from what I just heard. A couple of things that I've got written down here in regards to how the divine would describe you. They said that you're not easily impressed by material resources, status, money, business. I mean, it could like catch your attention or attraction, but you're not easily impressed. You know, I think there's quite a lot of people around you who see what you do or who you are as very high value. You contribute something that is special, that is unique to you. And you recreate that in the world around you, which is why your individuality is precious, and that's something that you need to be reminded of. So perhaps creating affirmations about reminding yourself of why you should appreciate yourself more will also help you to heal any abuse you've given yourself when it comes to your looks, for some of you, or your capabilities, your potential, and your did I say capabilities already? I feel like I did. But you know what I mean. Just so you know, guys, it's stupid o'clock in the morning. It's like 2:30 in the morning right now. I'm up because there's a flood in my city at the minute, so I'm watching water levels while my daughter's asleep. And I've had a lot of coffee, so you know, if I'm a little hyper or all over the place, we're just gonna roll with it at the minute. Okay, so I heard as well that you guys have the power to cleanse curses. So in meditation, I was shown a black sheep, and I say it often here, so it doesn't surprise me. You guys could feel outcasted in some way. You could have been labeled as the child that was rebellious. You could have challenged the status quo, or like gone against better advice from people outside of you, or you could have gone against an enforced way of being, living, like for example controlling mum. You could have chosen your own choices, and she could have labeled you as someone who didn't listen, or who Sorry guys, I saw an energy portal. So I don't know if some of you work with like grid lines or energy portals, or you guys do something in the energy that opens up like passageways, especially if you call on like the dead masters, angels, deities, guides, ancestors. Especially ancestors, they come and go out of your space a lot. Chain breaker. You could be the person in the family who is the lineage curse breaker. You have come to challenge the toxic patterns of your family's traditions. There we go. Now Spirit's happier with me. This is weird. I'm seeing a lot of gold in your auric field as well. So whether you know this or not, and if you haven't experienced it, you're very lucky. Some of you are even lucky to still be here. I think you guys, this is my pile who could have gone through things like near-death experiences, a lot of loss. There could have been a lot of negative connotations, is that what it is? Associations, labels put on you, especially in your younger years. But you broke off of a karmic cycle, or like a pattern, a journey, a way of being. And a lot of people saw you challenging what was for something that was better. So you're actually very heroic to spirit that's around. You guys are mediums. That's why the portal was there. You have a lot of energies that come and go out of your space, so you might fluctuate through emotions quite often. This is why it's important for you guys to stay grounded. Something I can suggest that I mean, it helped me, so you don't have to use it, but I know it helped me, so it might help someone else out there if you want to practice it. But spiritually speaking, to ground, in the morning when you wake up, ask yourself how you're doing. Like, talk to yourself like you would your friend in an open conversation, and gain an awareness of where your alignment is. This is how you create a centering point to ground into. If you would rather ground into intentions that are higher, and you feel as though you can start to support your emotions into a focus that supports your intentions, I would say go with the intentions you would rather set, like happiness, joy, peace, serenity, safety, all of the above that is positive that you can think of. If you want to do that, you can. But what I would suggest to start off with is grounding into what you can identify with when you first wake up in the morning. Think about how you are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, what are the patterns, the emotions, and the ways of thinking that lead into your own inner monologue. Think about what you're feeling. Think about how you're feeling, where you are, and all of your senses. Practice in them, get close with them, and this will give you a centering point. Once you start to do this in a consistent way, you will evolve your own practice that is more suitable for you, that works better for you, for where you find yourself at. But this is going to give you a centering point once again that you can focus back in on and compare your alignments to. This is how you start to identify what belongs to you and what does not, especially if you identify yourself to be as an empath. Yeah, it will help you to send back what doesn't belong to you to the source of which it came, or allow you to alchemize it how you see it and discern as best fit. You guys are extremely forgiving, and you're seen as a symbol of karmic liberation. You point people into new directions by helping people to gain a bigger, wider perspective of their choices, their desires, and their motivations and intentions. You also challenge temptation. So things that tempt people away from knowing the truth, you're very good at challenging and disillusionating. So you'll be very good at calling out falsities. I would say that you guys are the types of people who are brave enough to say the truth even to the highest of authorities. You are honorable because of that, and you're really, really strong for the things that you have survived through. I want to say you guys have experienced really dark entities for some of you, but you've also learned through your own inner shadows that darkness too serves positive purposes. And this is how you create, you hold like a diplomacy for the balance. You hold like a respect for the natural balance of light slash dark. Dark doesn't mean evil. That's our own associations and judgments that we make. Because a lot of the time what is dark is internal. It is unseen, but existing. It is dormant and still very true to be possibility. You know what I'm saying? And I think your leadership really does show when you are helping people to understand their own spirituality. You help people to advance in their intellect because you activate parts of their minds that they don't exercise because they don't think in ways that you do. And when people come around you kind of activate people to start practicing in parts of their brain they haven't really explored before, and this expands their intellect because their self-awareness grows, which means you set people into awakenings effortlessly. And that was something else that Spirit wanted you to know that I'm channeling. So you guys are also known and described as helpers of the disadvantaged in life. And you're very, very loyal. When you are focused and set on like a goal, from what I just heard, you make sure you see yourself through it. And I just saw the hawk. You guys are truth seekers and you're very observational. You guys are visionaries, by the way, pile number 3, or at least some of you have premonitions. You guys work in all of your chakras, just saying, but your dominant is probably your third eye. I think it's important that you guys probably, if you're not too aware of the chakra system, probably learn more about the chakra system, the 7 main energy sources within the body, and learn the history of which the chakras came from if you don't know about any of that. When you go and look into the third eye chakra, it will tell you about the balance and the imbalances of this energetic point. Once you learn about these 2 things, you'll become much more intentional with your energy and you'll be much more aware of how to direct your mental energy. You guys are cosmic, by the way, just so you know. You guys are very sensitive to the ill will of other people. Are you guys anxious? Quite a bit of the time. You're multi-dimensional. This is why you get anxious, because you're operating through so many different consciousness dimensions. Like you're in your thoughts, you're in your emotions, you're in your strategy of what to do, say, be next. You're always on the move, you know what I'm saying? It might be wise to sometimes have allocated days to focus in on different areas of yourself and just have different forms of reflection within yourself. Reflect on your emotions one day, then your ideas the next, then your inspirations the following. And once you're satisfied with how deeply you've reflected on everything, then you can start to plan with what you've gained awareness of, and you can plan what you want to do next with what you've learned, you know, about yourself. You're very modest and you're very humble. You will be seen as a very amazing teacher one day. I just saw the fox. So yeah, you will be expressing a lot of your wisdom that you've learned about emotions, intellect, and the psyche. For some of you, the quantum physics realm. Quantum physics? I keep hearing mumbling of people. Yeah, your guys' mediumship is picking up heaps. Practice grounding a lot. And if you don't want to be experiencing these things, you can set boundaries with it. If you have a cat, your cat's purr helps to set energetic boundaries, which keeps these beings out. Your cat is like your protector in this realm. They're sent. They're like a soulmate for you. Love that for you. You're known as mystics in the spirit realm, and that's something that is circulating. Spirit about you. What is the gossip in the... What is the gossip about pile number 3 in the spiritual realm, please? What's being said about pile number 3 viewers in the spiritual realm? What's being said about you guys is that you have been learning a lot about the power of your own compassion, how influential it can be, what it's capable of. I think there has been times where your guides have been asking that you reflect on where it is that your compassion would lead you. What is the right thing to do? If your compassion was like a being, what would their personality be like? Why do they do what they do? And then personalize that process. Asking yourself questions is what's getting you into a deeper connection with your subconscious mind or inner voice, your inner guide. This also helps you to develop a trust basis with yourself. 55 and 99. Yeah, you guys are at the end of a huge life cycle, and you're about to venture into a lot better things. For some of you, you guys are going to be attracting in more friends, and that's what's being said and organized for you in the spirit realm. You guys are getting closure. There could be a reconciliation and a new beginning with someone that you could have had a fallout with, or a temporary separation with. If there's been a distance in your relationship with like a romantic partner, this is saying that the bridge between you both are going to be healed. You guys have the ability to kind of repair the past. Are you past life readers as well? I think you guys have a hidden gift to past life read. This gives you the ability to look into cause and effect, and also attachment. And it's your intuition that provides you with possible solutions, pile number 3. So the main thing that Spirit are working on with you guys right now is personal advancement and enhancement of your psychic abilities. You guys are growing more aware of your sensitivities to the energy. Love that for you. Yeah, spirituality, as I split the deck, number 77. You guys have a lot of synchronicities of sacred numbers around you, so it's important that you guys follow them. When you see sacred numbers, take it as a confirmation or validation pointer for you guys. 2 moments. I've just got to check to see the water level real quick. All good. We have flood at the minute. I'm not sure if I told you guys already. So I've been up. I'm losing track of time, really. I've been up this late for a long time. Anyway, file number 3. Any additional messages for the viewers here that is of utmost importance for them to know moving forward? Assert yourself and stand up for what it is that you believe in when you need to, and believe in yourself. You don't need to be validated at all from people outside of you. As long as you know what you're doing and you believe in what it is that you're doing, if it's right, it will be successful for you. And if you feel like you are failing at things, you're not. It's a learning experience for you that teaches you what to do better next time. And when you do reapproach rebuilding things that, or reattempting things that you have once perceived to have failed, you know how to deal with it and navigate through it or build it better because of your past experience. And this is how you gain knowledge. Wisdom is the part of you that expresses healing from the suffering of the challenges, because there's always going to be that. There's always going to be that. I'm sorry to the people that don't like to hear that. Suffering is a necessary part of the human experience. There are a lot of positives that can come from suffering. It doesn't mean that we have to be suffering all of the time, though. You know what I'm saying? But suffering, that comes as an end result from attachment. Identifying what you're attached to is usually the biggest challenge. But once you find what you're attached to, that provides you with the clarity that is needed to help you to identify what needs to be healed. You know what I'm saying? That is what is going to help you to rid yourself of any procrastination or worry or anxiety moving forward, by the way. Look at your attachments, look at your ways of thinking. What are you participating in that is not helping you? Your inner truth will tell you what's not good for you, and then it's important that you honor that, because this is what builds up your connection with yourself, which then helps you to grow awareness of your spiritual abilities, if that makes sense. Last one, don't underestimate your abilities to manifest your dreams. With the Queen of Spring being here, you are very talented. You're a brilliant person, brilliant-minded. You're very independent, and you have a magnetism and attraction about you, a charm. Yeah. You might have a lot of things that you need to see to, and you might have a lot of responsibilities. It's all about balance of prioritization. Prioritize, prioritize what is important to you, and this will lessen the pressure. See things through till it's complete, and this will lessen the chance of forgetting to finish anything that could come back up to bite you later, especially in business or if you deal with paperwork. It's important that you read all the paperwork. It will help you to lessen making a mistake later. Yes, that's just for some of you. But look after yourself. That is the main message. Look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. Befriend yourself. This is part of the self-love process. You know what I'm saying? You're advancing so much. You're only going to see so much more brilliance inside of yourself the more you learn how to nurture that brilliance into its own best version within you. Does that make sense? Pile number 3. Anyways, those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending your time here. And with all that being said, until next time, bye.